episode from that came out yesterday, and I took my dab, and then I was talking, and I was like, sorry if I sound weird. I still can't feel my face from the dab. And you were like, no coughing. I was like, yeah, I don't cough from dabs. And I was like, no, let me stop. I cough sometimes. But I held it for so long. I was like, I knew I said it, but I was watching. I was like, say it. Oh, there you go.
What what did you think of the episode?
It was fire.
You thought so?
Yeah.
Be honest.
I had a few views.
Oh, I'm talking about Mando episode.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the episode that we posted that came out yesterday. Oh, the Mando episode's good. That's just good.
Oh yeah. That's what I was talking about. Sorry. Yeah, that was good though too. I actually didn't watch through that yet, but I edited it, so I already watched through it. But anyways, what like how'd you? What you watched it? What, once or twice?
One.
Once. Word. So just one watch through. It was good from just like the
Yeah.
just the non Star Wars fan point of view.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I was like 50-50 on it the first time I watched it. I was like, damn, it's really good. I thought it was really good, but I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a lot of questions I have, but they are kind of answered, and I can kind of put stuff
I
together.
rewound like 2 scenes because I was like eating, and then like I was like I wanted to like watch them as they were talking instead of like just listening to it. So it was like, but
Facts.
I just want to watch
Facts. Welcome back, everybody. Tribe TV. You know who it is. Hato.
It's good. I'm Diego.
Half an hour, let me stop. You know the vibes.
Yes.
Tribe 247. Tribe up. You know the vibes. FCW
Mando
though.
episode 5.
You know the vibes. Mando episode was definitely fire. Like I said though, from a Star Wars fan vibe, that's why I had to watch it again. Because watching it again was like, damn, I really feel good about this episode. But what did you think about the intro? Because you got to see Ahsoka like right away.
She's pretty badass.
Yeah.
She's pretty badass.
Yeah. I thought my expectation for the episode was he's gonna get there. It was my expectation was like a Bo-Katan almost.
Word.
But Ahsoka wasn't gonna save him. She's more of the like, who the fuck are you type.
Yeah.
Like how she was. Which I thought was perfect. Rosario Dawson might add, she played Ahsoka in this episode. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Great.
Great actor.
Great. Like every scene that she was in, like you really thought that she was whatever. What creature is that? Like what are they?
Oh.
like
Shakti is one. Damn it.
Because like in some
I know this.
because like in some like scenes or like some episodes like of this Mandalorian show, like you'll see a character or like a creature, if you will, and you'll just be like, what
a species.
what is that? And like that'll be like your main focus. Like you'll hear the whole conversation, but then you just be like, what the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
But like with her, it was just like you didn't even like, well, like for me at least, like at first I was like, what is that like species or whatever, and then like I just blew right past it just because like, who cares? She fought better than everybody she went up against, so I was just like, clearly that doesn't matter what it is, in my opinion, because like, hella powerful, bro. That shit was tough. That intro scene.
I loved like the thriller, like almost like a horror film, like Jason Voorhees vibe, like in the mist. It's fucking what's it called?
Well, I'll say that like really like got me like zoned in and like interested in the whole episode was in that intro when she was like just running around, and like after she would slice somebody, she would put the lightsaber away and then she would go completely ghost.
Oh, might I add?
She would like run and you would see her shadow like run behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yo,
be like,
I loved her
like,
game of cat and mouse. It was really Anakin Skywalker-esque actually, which is obviously her master, which is pretty dope. I thought that was great, and they have they work together in the episode of Clone Wars called Cat and Mouse. Or actually, I don't think she's in that. Now that I think about it, whatever, it doesn't matter. That's like his play, so I thought that was dope. And might I just say, white lightsabers on like live action,
they look fire.
They look dope.
Because like I saw clips when you were watching the other show, but like seeing like,
Rebels,
Rebels, yeah, when she had her like single, But like the two white lightsabers, it was just fire seeing in action, and then like the scene where she like brought them out together,
Oh
and
yeah,
then it was
like a
just like,
katana
yeah,
type
I
shit.
was just like, oh
That was
shit.
so dope. That was so dope. That was definitely
I
so
was just like, damn.
dope. And I thought, because like I said, originally I thought, it was gonna take at least 5 to 15 minutes to get to her. Um, I thought it
Yeah,
was
me too.
great
Me too.
how for someone like who's watching from a non-Star Wars fan like vibe, you get to meet Ahsoka real quick, but you still meet her like all her character traits almost. Like she's this like
Yeah,
badass like Jedi warrior, but she's not really a Jedi. I was expecting her to drop that line,
yeah,
but I feel like now that she kind of knows what happened to them, she's more open to like
conversation about it.
yeah, or just like I'm I'm gonna resonate with them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's like I'm not gonna be like I'm not a Jedi because she used to say that all the time during Rebels. But I thought it was very very dope
Like Bill
how
Burr, he said he wasn't a stormtrooper.
yeah, pretty much. Well, no, she'd more drop it like because I thought she was gonna drop it when it's the what were they calling her? It's Morgan's Estra. She's like the like magistrate or whatever they were calling her. The lady who owns the spear. Uh, she like calls her Jedi during that intro, and I was expecting her to say like I'm no Jedi or some shit like that because that's literally her line. And then, but I just love how you get to see her selflessness, like just her willingness just to help people because that's who she is. Like every single Star Wars media she gets into like situations where like she could totally dub and just move on with her life or whatever, but
Yeah,
because of her Jedi training, all this, she like has to help. She feels
yeah,
the need to help, which I feel like is why she didn't drop that line, which is incredibly dope too. And I thought that was important for someone like you to see like
yeah.
the you know that side of her quickly, that way you get to like learn about her
Right.
because I honestly thought her scope in the series was going to be at least 2 episodes, but I'm very happy it was one, actually looking
Yeah.
back now, you know what I mean?
Because like they didn't just give it to you like all at once either, and
Yeah, yeah,
they spread it out throughout the whole
not like a
episode.
Boba Fett.
No, and it wasn't like she showed up and then it was just like, all right, here's everything, and then here's a little quick battle, and then that's
We're
it.
gone. Yeah, no, it
Like
wasn't like
no,
that
it
at
wasn't
all.
like that at all.
It was like you gotta help her.
Yeah, you see her, and then you get Mando, and then he has to go find her, and then you're just like,
Essentially
oh shit, wait, what's going on?
essentially the
How's this gonna
opposite of the
go?
Bo-Katan kind of meeting, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and it's kind of, and I thought it was like pretty much like the episode in a way, and also like maybe like a few other episodes like tied in, just because like it was almost like he knew he was going to look for this person, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and then when the situation approached him, it was like completely different than what he was like anticipating it to be, or how he was going to have to approach the situation like ahead of him. So it was like kind of like they were giving you like multiple roads to like on a lead, and you're just like
It
kind
got
of
you thinking,
yeah,
definitely.
anticipating, and like got you like questioning which is gonna be like the next scene with her. Like when is she gonna pop up? Is she gonna pop up
Yeah,
right
yeah, yeah,
away,
yeah.
or am I gonna wait till the end of the episode where he finds her and like has a battle with her? But it was like everything was
Definitely.
like quick, quick, quick.
I will say my biggest critique with this series is probably the I don't want this to sound too bad, but it's sort of like a redundance in the predictability and simplistic like storyline,
Mm-hmm.
which it's like, okay, we knew yes, he's gonna find us. We knew before this episode happened, he's gonna find Ahsoka. They're probably gonna run into some trouble. They're gonna work together. They're gonna solve it, and we're gonna find out something for the baby or the child, right?
Yeah,
Gorgu, as we should
yeah,
say. Good,
that was fire.
that was dope that she got to name him too. That was kind of she didn't
Well, she
technically
didn't name
name
him.
him, but
She
like she
she
was the
knew
one
she knew what his name was.
she discovered it technically through. We'll get to that in a second,
Yeah,
but I
I
want
want
to
to get
just
ahead.
talk about how again just it has been very a series of just total kind of like this is very simple. This is we're gonna
Yeah,
do this, we're gonna go to that, but it's just the action and like the little details that just are like, whoa, wait, hold on, wait, what? This could happen though. Wait, no, but then we could go over here. Ooh, who are we gonna see next though? You know, it's all
Right.
of like a,
That's
it's
what
that
the
game
main, like the first 5 minutes was exactly that. It was just when are we gonna see her? Oh shit! First,
right now.
right now. Okay,
Okay, so when are we seeing Mando? Oh,
right
right
after.
after.
And then
Okay,
it was like he has to go find her and then kill her.
right. We get right into
But then us
Corvus.
knowing Mando, it was just like, is he gonna kill her, or is he gonna try to team up with her, or is he gonna like try to figure out what her game plan is, or is he gonna tell her what his game plan is? Like that's where it was like you just said, it was just like it's kind of predictable, but in a way it's not because they give you so many different like leads, and it's just like so many different potential opportunities to come for like right after that you're anticipating for the end of the episode. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and it gets you guessing for like the climax and all
Right.
that, which I love about the series for sure. And I love how it's a different take on like a just any sort of film series. It's like this is gonna be super simple, like for kids, but like if you're an adult, you're gonna
You're
get
gonna
a
pick up on
lot
a
of
lot of different,
more
yeah,
shit. Um, like the ball
yeah,
that we see, I wanted to get to this. Definitely represents their connection
right.
because later on in the episode when she goes to test them, that is like the
That's the
key to
thing,
that
right?
to
And
their
also
link.
like like going back to the previous episodes from this season, when I would say that they're trying to give you the aspect of him just being a child. That was all leading up to right now
But I
because
feel like it's
it
still
was,
there.
yeah, but
You
it
see him
was
sit with the ball, you
but
know.
what I mean is like the scenes when they're in the like when they're flying like planet to planet, and then like the child is just sitting there just being a child, and then Mando has to like correct him,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
they
yeah.
build that relationship where it's just like, yo,
The father
this is the
son.
guy that knows what's best for me.
Yeah,
This is the guy that's gonna keep me safe and who knows how to fight to defend me. So when it was time for the training, and it was somebody that he has seen before but he didn't know, trying to tell him, hey, do this, he's just like, I don't know. But then when Mando says it, he's like, all right, maybe it's like not a bad thing to do,
mm-hmm.
because earlier in season one where he uses powers, Mando would be like, no, 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 don't do that, or he would like be nervous because he didn't know, he doesn't know what the force is
And
really.
he doesn't know how to
He doesn't
control.
know how to like, right, he
Yeah,
didn't, so it's just like that they were just trying to show you like this guy, he just wants to protect him, and then now it's just like you did that too much, you did it maybe a little too much, so it's
yeah.
just like
I
it's
definitely.
the like we saw a lot of good, and like we thought it was going to be great, but then now it's like a little
There's
backlash, a
questions.
little backlash. You
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
should have eased up a little bit. You were,
Which I thought made the episode good
and
and the
then he tells her,
storyline consistently good.
he's like, well, my job was to protect him.
Mm-hmm.
And she's
And
like,
I was tasked to bring
and
them
find
to
his
a
home
Jedi.
planet. Like, yeah, I was supposed to find, and that's what I. And then he says like, that's why I found you, or that's why
I was led your way. Yeah,
Bo-Katan brought me to you. Right.
definitely.
So
Um, One question I had was, did Mando like lie to get into the gate through the village? You know what I mean? Because he has Grogu like hidden behind his little cape.
well, no, because
But I'm talking about the
he's
guild.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
He's clear. Grief cleared him because
yeah,
Grief owns the guild probably or
yeah.
runs that
Because
part.
I was gonna say like they like he was just like, yeah, I'm like, he mentioned that he was in the guild. I feel like if he wasn't, they would have been like questioning, or they would have tried to
They would have already
they
known
would have tried to
probably.
kill him though, like at the gate, instead
Yeah,
of like questioning him, or like allowing him to stand there and like have a conversation like
facts.
after the fact. There's just like, oh, I'm a part of the guild or whatever, and then just like ask him another question. If he said no, I'm not, then I'm like, sorry, bro.
Now, how did you feel about this village that we saw? Because I feel like this was very different from anything else that we've seen so far. This was like a imperial, like enslaved almost village with like a a factory and a means of production. You know what I mean? They need labor. They need
But wasn't there almost like this in the first season? there was one of the first villages they went through.
In episode 4, you talking about? When they
One
defend the
or,
village?
either 1 or 4. But there was another village, and they was just like really run down, and there was like, I think it was episode 1, because there was like also like the street vendors with the animals and shit, and it was just like, I don't know, maybe we will have to like go back and watch like little clips.
Episode 1 of season 2?
Season 1.
Mm. Oh, are you talking about Navarro before it's like
Yeah,
industrial era,
yeah,
I guess,
yeah,
the start of it?
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. I could, yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, but I'm saying this one is under like total
Yeah,
control.
like
Like
in
that
the
one
shitter.
was like, okay, the Imperials have a presence.
Right.
The guild kind of owns some territory. Like, there's probably some free streets, but like
Now it's like
it's a split in that city. This one is like
complete control.
complete control. That fucking Bo-Katan, if you remember, describes what's the, I think it's Corvus as a forest planet. That was a deforested planet. You know what I mean? Like you saw those trees. Like that was,
The shit was,
they were doing something there. You know what I mean? For sure. And the fact that like the villagers are like just publicly tortured and shit, that was pretty wild.
Yeah.
It gave me a like once they get to like the deal, when what's her name, the magistrate's giving Mando the deal to kill Ahsoka for the spear, which is pretty fucking fire. We see, I got like a Bossing Say vibe.
Yeah.
The first wall, these people have like no idea what's going on, and it's just like poor, and it's like fuck you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean they weren't like that necessarily in Bossing Say, but it was like don't let them know what's going on, you know what I mean? And then you get to that wall, and it literally gave me the vibe of the Earth Kingdom queen.
Yeah.
Which doesn't surprise me because Dave Filoni was the director of this episode, and he worked on Avatar. So
yeah, he's like, I don't even know what to say about him. Like, it just hats off. I'm not wearing a hat, but
facts.
hats off.
Definitely.
Guy's crazy.
Take my beanie off real quick. Fuck my hair up. I love Dave Filoni though. He was actually in the Bill Burr episode as one of the X-wing pilots at the end.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's the guy with the beard. He's the white guy with the beard. What's it called? Oh, then we see that little showdown between like Mando and Ahsoka because he tracked her into the forest, which I thought was dope because he kind of used like Gorgo as bait, like kind of because originally when I first watched that, I was like, okay, I assumed they wanted to give us like a character versus nature, where like some sort of animal was gonna come, and it's like, okay, maybe we're gonna see like a force ability, and Ahsoka saw it. You know what I mean? That was predictable because you moved right to that animal shot, and he's like, oh, it's all right, whatever, and then boom, Ahsoka's right there.
Drops down from the tree.
Incredibly dope. It was like that Cara Dune sort of like, oh, you want to get soup, ha ha ha, because it was like, I hope it's about him. Like she was very interested in the little guy.
There is a lot of season 1 ties, similarities in a way.
And I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Because it, like...
You notice that in your life, definitely, too.
Because it shows, like, it's showing that he's still true to his, like, he's still true to himself, and he's still the same person he was in the beginning.
Facts.
He still acts exactly the same way.
And if you're a real person in real life...
You'll do that.
You'll do that, and you'll find yourself, like, with similar energies, because... People say it all the time, energy can't be destroyed or created. So, like, if it leaves me, it'll just come back to me in a new form.
Right.
So, I definitely like to believe that. And, like, George Lucas, when he created Star Wars is like a mythology almost, where it's like, it's supposed to get you tied to stay to your beliefs, with your principles, this, that, show you good, bad, all that.
Right.
So, it's like, that was very, like, yes.
That
fits. Favreau knows how to write that George Lucas Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like, he's doing a great job with the series for sure.
Holding it up. Facts.
Definitely doing it very, very well. One thing I wanted to point out was Mando never agreed to the offer, and he did not lie to Ahsoka there.
True. You could respect him for that also.
Definitely respect him for
Because
that.
he didn't know what he was about to go into. He didn't know who, if she was solo, or you have to go kill somebody and you get ambushed by a team of like 5. So it's like, you never know. So that's probably why he was just like, I won't agree to anything, but I'll go check it out.
Facts. And
I'll go see if I find her.
I love, because I've seen Ahsoka. If that had happened in like Clone Wars, there would have been a good 10-minute like scene, like, or scenes or whatever, for like a 10-minute span throughout this episode, where it was like, okay, he's gonna have to show her that like I'm gonna fight for you, like what Bo-Katan did to Mando essentially. That would have happened, because that's who, like, she would have been like, fuck, like, fuck you, you know what I mean? Like, you were come to kill me, like, what? And then now it's like you see more of her arc, which is dope. I love, that's why they probably brought Filoni in.
Yeah.
That's his character. He created her in '08, which, might I add, Ahsoka being like, I was an 8-year-old when she was introduced, probably as like 14, like 15-year-old kid, as like Anakin Skywalker's Padawan. And I expected her to see her for like a movie and then never see her again. She ended up in the entire Clone Wars series as like essentially the main character, main side character almost. And then you see her again in Rebels, and you're just like, damn, this arc keeps getting fucking longer.
And then here she goes in live action.
Now she's in live action, new actor, 1 episode.
But they probably did the actor difference for the age, because like in like,
Oh, definitely.
because like
Voice.
Star Wars characters, like, they live longer than humans, so
Definitely.
if they have like 100-year lifespan, they probably want somebody that looks a little bit younger to play an older person, because they age a lot slower.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
The child is 50 years old, looks like a baby.
Yeah.
So it's like not even like a 2-year-old, looks like a literal baby. So it's like, you know what I mean? So
Facts.
that's probably why the actors, they do switch, and I can respect that, because someone would
Now,
be like, you saying I look too old to be this person?
facts. Hear me out here. Disney is making Mandalorian. Mandalorian's on Disney Plus, yada yada yada. Filoni brings in Rosario Dawson to play Ahsoka, I assume, because that's his character. He probably got the final word on that. Maybe Disney was in Favreau's ear saying, hey, we need some free advertising for an Ahsoka series. Because we learn at the end of this video that she's looking for Thrawn, and, or not at the end of this video, sorry, I'm so high. At the end of the episode, that she's looking for Thrawn, and that leads me to believe that her and Sabine are probably still looking for Ezra as well, but maybe not, because she's not with Sabine. But you know, we don't know. So like, that would be a great.
You think Disney's doing another spin-off of Star Wars after like the Mando's done?
Obi-Wan series is already, Kenobi's gonna come out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you think they're gonna do another spin-off? Like,
I
based
think
from like the characters that they used like throughout different seasons and different series and shit.
Disney is notorious for fan service and just bringing back characters for no reasons. Hence the Emperor and the fucking sequels. Don't get me started. Anyways, but a character like Ahsoka, who obviously hasn't, like, I said she was the main character in Clone Wars, but there's episodes where she's not even in it. So
yeah,
Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan are in goddamn every fucking episode of that.
I mean, hey, Aang is in every episode of Avatar.
That's what I'm saying. There are some Ahsoka episodes of Clone Wars and this and that, but like, if there's someone who deserves a fucking show at this point, like, and there's so many questions about her story and all that. Like, she has a book.
Me being somebody that's only seen this, and seeing the characters in this show, she's probably like
Most interesting.
most like she probably has the most story to tell, because she knows where
So
the
much.
species comes from. She's seen it before.
Well, she's
No.
only seen one.
But
She doesn't even know who Yaddle is, technically, who's the second
True.
that we've seen. Well, I've seen.
yeah, But she says that like she knows
Can I
that
get
she
John real
knew
quick?
of this,
Sorry.
and she knew the name, so it was like there's a lot we have to find out about her. Well, I need to find out about her because I could
Definitely.
definitely watch a different series that she's a part of, but like live action,
Would you watch an Ahsoka series if it came out?
yeah,
Easily, like
yeah,
no doubt. Or would you watch the Kenobi series when it come out?
yeah.
Or just
It will be a
the
live.
live action
I was
Star
gonna
Wars
say
Disney Plus is
live
cool.
action like shows get my attention more, and just of watching this show, I'd probably be more interested in the spin-off shows, and then like go back and watch all the movies to be like
Eventually,
to
just
find
catch up.
just to find the pieces that need to be in place. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Because like
I think that's such a dope aspect of like Star Wars
yeah,
now.
because like I never seen Star Wars, but they put out this show where you didn't need to, is because it's like
This was complete. Mando is a completely made up character.
that's what I'm saying. Like
So is Gorgu.
it didn't need to have. I didn't need to watch every Star Wars movie to
To
watch
watch
this
this,
show.
you didn't need to like. It's not like an episode 7 where you were
Right.
just like, oh, okay. Which they kind of made essentially where you don't need to watch it, which was that's that's not the Skywalker saga. Don't call it that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But if they were to do a spin-off, I would probably watch it because then that would give me a reason, or I would need to watch all the movies, you know what I mean? To see the story of the Jedis and all the other shit. So it would be like from this show, yeah, it's led my interest on to go watch those movies in general. So if they do another live action show with characters from this show, yeah, I'll definitely be a lot more interested in the Star Wars universe.
they'll definitely tie some more characters in, I think, into just this show. Not this season necessarily, but
Mm.
just this show for
Yeah,
more
I
seasons to
don't see
come.
there being a lot more episodes in the
I
season.
do see Ahsoka coming back into the storyline, maybe in later seasons. So, like, I don't think, or maybe later this season. I don't know. I don't really think later this season though. We'll get to theories
You don't
towards
think we'll
the
see her
end.
again?
Not this season. Not this season. Not in Mando season 2. I think we'll definitely see Bo-Katan again. Um, definitely if not season 2, 3 or 4 for sure. Bo-Katan.
Do you think when she saw Mando, she was anticipating being the master, like, to the child, or no?
I think when she saw Mando, originally she was like, okay, bounty hunter. Like I only know that armor as Boba Fett, Jango Fett, or not even Boba Fett, probably Jango Fett. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
Those
So
are known
it was
killers.
like at first sight, do you think she thought?
Oh well, she does know Mandalorians. I take that back.
Actually, my question probably should be, when you first saw her in Mando, did you think she was gonna be in the show for the rest of the season to train, or did you think something was gonna happen where she would like kind of get like stopped with like a roadblock and be like, we don't need your help necessarily because it's like it won't be that effective in a way because just seeing like how Mando like treated him like the whole 2 seasons like so far, like when it like when they were out to like going to train, in my head like I was thinking like he's probably gonna want to do this with Mando before they even like got
Mm-hmm.
into play. So like my question is like, were you thinking she was gonna be in the show the whole time, or like from this point on? Or
Before watching this episode, I was trying to prepare myself as much just to have her as a main character in this show, and I was like kind of saddened by the fact, and I thought it would ruin the show, and just she really overshadowed the episode. You can't lie. Her
yeah,
presence, definitely from a Star Wars fan, was
that was
like,
her
holy
episode.
shit, I want to see some more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which was dope. It was called the Jedi. It was, and Mando comes in and has his parts. Don't
right.
get me wrong. We'll get to that for sure. But as I watched the episode, I was like, okay, I'm liking this more and more. I I was but the thing is, I was so set on her possibly being written in as a main character to the series now that it was like, damn, she's probably gonna leave. Fuck, she's gonna leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So again,
it was
but
like a little bit of both.
I am happy that it's just like, okay, she's still her own entity right now, and I would love an Ahsoka show. So Disney, please get Favreau and Filoni on that. You don't need fucking Kathleen Kennedy hands on that. No, 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 no. Favreau, Filoni, uh, I know what's his name is doing a new like trilogy. The guy who did what's that one movie, Hitler Youth movie? It was the comedy. Takeda Wahidi. Oh man, Jojo Rabbit. He did Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit.
Great director, great actor. I'd love to see him in Star Wars at some point because I think he's hilarious.
That was a great movie.
But yeah,
a good job with that.
He needs to be working on Star Wars because he has the touch on film.
Yeah, he literally has a touch on film. If you could bring light to a really shit situation, you did your job perfect.
Yeah,
you did your job better than
perfect. He directed I think an episode or two last season, so like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Last season was like damn near perfect.
Yeah,
I'd say
so.
a 10 out of 10, or an 8 out of 8 technically. Each episode I'll give it a 7 out of 8. Episode 2 will drop. Definitely drop in episode 2 this one. Sorry. That's a definite. It's like a hard drop. It's in 7.5 out of 8 on my season 1 rating, and right now it's a, what are we at? 5? It's a 4 out of 5 for sure. Episode 2 is cool, but it's not worth it.
It wasn't needed.
It wasn't needed, but maybe it was. It drew us away and then drew us back. So we'll move past it. We'll let it slide. Whatever.
Yeah.
Back to the storyline. We see Ahsoka. I thought she was meditating with him. Maybe some sort of like, it was definitely, Ahsoka isn't gonna go to any planet that isn't force sensitive and wouldn't allow her to like tap in and be able to meditate.
Her so facts.
Yeah, like, so she's definitely had a strong force connection. Maybe that planet was lessened because of the Imperial presence, and that's what she was trying to free it. So she definitely knew it was going to be strong, so she could definitely meditate well there. And I'm not sure if she was able to like straight up communicate through the force. Like in the sequels, we see Rey and Kylo Ren are able to literally be on two different sides of the galaxy and literally have force visions talking to each other.
That's fire.
So it's called the Force Dyad. It's pretty dope. I thought it was interesting. At first I didn't like it, but I'm kind of open to it now because I thought that's what it was. But then I was like, maybe it's something less than that, which is cool. I like the idea of the Force being like a power scale, not just like you have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have to unlock certain
abilities. Yeah. Like just kind of like anything. You know what I mean? But I love how she was able to sort of, like, yeah, like I understand him, sort of. And then like, I'm pretty sure he understands me, obviously, because he's very calm, like he's chilling out, just seems pretty happy, all that. And I just love how she's able to give us the name, which, I don't know, like, does it ruin it for you or no?
It makes it better.
I think it makes it better a little bit.
Because now you know that it's not a clone, because she said that it was trained with other Jedis.
Oh, that was incredibly dope. From the Jedi Temple on Coruscant.
Right. And I don't even know what that is, but I know that he was trained with other Jedis.
That's the one you'd see in episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Right. And that's some legit shit. So
that's where Yoda be at.
That's what I'm saying. This guy.
That's Jedi Head HQ.
She knows, like, that's why, like, when that happened, I was just like, oh shit. This thing is 50 years old.
Now,
because
I have a theory on how he might have been stolen. So Order 66, essentially, Anakin marches in with like a legion of like clone troopers, and they have an inhibitor chip, which like essentially the clone troopers were cloned and basically programmed to look like natural beings, so the Jedi would trust them and be able to work with them just like a Jedi could, and just perfectly manufactured so the Sith Emperor or Chancellor at the time could flip the switch on them and just be like, execute Order 66, which would essentially be it's not turn on your Jedi Master, it's programmed in as if they show if they show signs of treason against the Republic, shoot them and kill them.
Damn.
That's what it. So like if they were to turn on their legion, which happens throughout the Clone Wars, we see. So it's definitely been used. Like the
Yeah.
chip has purpose. It's not just there to be like, ha, it's there for this cheesy effect. You know, it's not a. It's no longer a plot device, if you call it, to just propel the story. Because if you
Yeah.
watch the movies, Order 66 is a total plot device. I'm not gonna cover it up, but in the Star Wars scope, it is not.
Word.
But my theory was, I'm sure a lot of people are just like, well, the Emperor was on Coruscant. He could have grabbed him during Order 66. Like, he had a lot of shit to do. He was the Chancellor becoming the Emperor. He had a lot of shit to do. He had Darth Maul, though, during Order 66 on Mandalore, distracting Ahsoka, and Darth Maul was trying to do his own thing, trying to take down the Chancellor for his revenge. But Darth Maul has a crime syndicate. And if you get orders from the Sith Lord who controls the galaxy to steal that child, you're gonna go and do that. Yeah. So, and Order 66 is the perfect distraction. I'm pretty sure that's probably who sent like his little, crime, his Death Watch squads, essentially, which is the Keepers of the Watch or whatever. Remember that Bo-Katan said is Mando is the foundling of.
Yeah.
He's a foundling from Death Watch, which I didn't piece together when we were talking about that episode, but I pieced together since then. But I thought that was incredibly dope to actually get his backstory.
Word. Yeah. That's why I thought like it didn't affect the story in a negative way at all. It probably brought more light to the whole story, because now we're gonna see Mandor calling him by his name, even though he said, "Come on, kid." But he's like I said,
he's gonna adjust.
He's gonna be himself.
He also hasn't, like, when you meet someone, you be calling someone something, it's just like, shit, that's your real name or something. It's like, I don't think I'm ever gonna call you that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure that was his take on it until Ahsoka was in his ear during the test, and it was just like, it's Grogu. Like, you're gonna have to do that to establish the connection fully.
Yeah.
And then, but I love you finally get from the non Star Wars fan view the expert, like, what the Force is. You get the full, not the full, but like you get some sort of
we're out of the
tip
shadow.
of it.
Like anybody who hasn't seen Star Wars is out of the shadows now. Like, you know what happened before, and all of these characters that you are in this show. You know what happened to lead up to these points now. You know what they use. You know what's the purpose of everything. You know how it's used. So it's like they're really like,
this was a big moment.
That's why it's like, that's why I said, like, if they were to do another spinoff, I'd probably be interested, because they're giving me a lot of shit to work with.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a lot of info now, so I could use a lot of different shit. So,
and
I definitely.
I love how Favreau didn't use the entire Obi-Wan quote, because she says, the Force is a energy field created by all living beings in the galaxy. I expected her to go, it surrounds us, it penetrates us, this, that, what Obi-Wan says in episode 4, but then she throws her twist in, and it, like, starts her, like, she's now a master. And it's like, I guess it's continuing her arc, because she had to sort of be the master to Ezra during Rebels, but, like, she wasn't in Rebels the whole time, and she wasn't necessarily his master. He had Kanan, who went blind. So I thought that was incredibly dope to, like, I feel like this was the start of her, like, shit, I'm a Jedi, like, I resonate from Jedi, like, I'm gonna have to spread the culture eventually. So her giving the test was dope, and whole time in the back of my mind I was ready for I'll train him, which would have been cheesy, but I love they gave her a Yoda moment where it's like, I will not train him. And Yoda says that to Luke Skywalker in episode 5 because he's too old, or he doesn't have patience. This, that. He says it to Anakin Skywalker in the prequels, I mean. So he says this time and time again, Yoda, until the sequels where he's just like, just train the bitch. You know what I mean? But Yoda gets an arc. Blah blah blah. Everybody gets a fucking arc. Anyways,
And they even completed like somebody else's arc that I don't even know the character to, and they said like she knows like a strong connection, like while training could be a bad thing. Like she's seen shit happen before, so like
she is the student, the sole student of Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader. She knows what happens to people with fear,
right,
because fear leads to hate, hate leads to anger, anger leads to suffering. That's the path of the dark side. And connection. Connection is key because Anakin in the prequels was afraid of losing his mother. And he said, what does that have to do with it? And Yoda senses it and he goes, everything. And that's when he says fear, blah, blah, blah. So I thought that was incredibly dope. You see her just on her whole master shit right now.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying.
And she knows what to do, which is great because I was like, yes, this is perfect. She's not going to train him. Like,
That's why
she's not going to be in the series
like,
the entire
when
time.
we first saw her and Mando come together, I thought she was gonna become the master. You know what I mean? Just because like he went to go find her because that's what he was told to do, right? So he, in my mind, he's gonna go find the Jedi, and we knew it was gonna be her. So he's gonna go bring the child to her. He's gonna do that, and then he's gonna be on his way,
Facts.
and then he's gonna do more Mando shit. But shit didn't work out that way, and then she took the higher ground, being like knowing you to become a master, you need to like do certain things that like other people want you to like. You're gonna have to do the opposite of what people want you to do.
Essentially, yeah.
Because like he wanted her to train him.
I mean, you saw her with no fear. She faced down an entire legion of
Right.
in that village. I mean,
Like without like any hesitation. At
just
all.
walking towards them
Walking around,
like a western.
playing with them,
Yeah,
running behind them. Just like,
fucking facing them and literally just
yeah. It was
just
crazy.
turning
the
blasters.
whole time. It was, so she knew like her.
She's
knew
a
her
strong
level of,
female character
right, so
in
it's okay.
film. Just make her a main character and do her right, and you'll have a great female lead. This is great for the movie industry, California. I hope you're listening.
They better be.
Oh, I'm just tired of hearing that there's no great female characters. I'm like, that's because they get done dirty.
Right.
They get raid. They just get what? 17. Now she's a Jedi Master in 2 films, and that one, the second one, picks up a day later. Like, fuck that. No, that's a Jedi Master. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like when we get if we get her show on Disney Plus, I feel like it'll start from the very beginning, and it'll take you through everything that happens in her life. Just because like there's she like you said, she appears so many times.
Well, that's the thing. You've seen a lot of her life already, so you'll probably see how maybe she gets found, because you get a little bit of that in the Clone Wars. Like, Plo Koon finds her, but you don't know the entire story of that. So you might learn a bit of that. You'll probably see way more flashbacks into like
Right.
training, this, maybe some more Anakin Skywalker scenes, which would be crazy to bring back Hayden Christensen.
Because I'm just thinking like if it's gonna be on Disney Plus, like, because like with this, they grab the young audience by putting the child in it. So if they're gonna do a strong female lead as like a show, they got to start it young, so all the little girls will want to watch this.
Oh, definitely.
Superhero grow up to be this badass girl that could kick everybody's ass. You know what I mean? So that's why, because like in this show, they show Mando as a kid and they show his story. So it's like all the kids that are like having hard times or whatever, and that had that person to come pick them up in a down spot. Like it brings those kids up. So it's just like they probably will start out with her a little bit younger than she is now. Just because, like, I personally don't see them picking up from this point.
I would see them picking up from the end of Rebels, when her and Sabine, another strong, badass female character, who would be the second character in her spinoff, they go off to find Ezra and Thrawn, which I assume would be their entire series. So
Yeah.
that would be incredibly dope to see like their entire backstories and maybe their future and whatnot.
Star Wars, hire us. We'll help you guys get this ball rolling.
Hit my line. Um, before we move into the action part fully, I do want to just kick back to the test part when Mando goes, that'd be like when he's like he never listens, and then he's like that'd be a first or whatever, and then she goes, I like first. Firsts are memorable,
Yeah.
good or bad,
Yeah.
and such a great throwback to the Clone Wars movie when she first meets Anakin Skywalker. She throws up a red flag. She calls him Sky Guy. He was like, "No, don't call me that." Like the whole time, like great, and like they hit it off bad because he's like, "I don't want a Padawan. Like this is for Obi-Wan." Like essentially, they both thought Obi-Wan was getting a new Padawan because Anakin's now like a Jedi Knight, you know. And Yoda is like, "No, we need to test your ability if you want to be a master." So,
yeah,
I just thought it was an incredibly dope just throwback. That was a great line. So damn it, no cheesy what's it called? You know, like no cheesy dialogue so far.
I didn't pick up on any like parts of this episode where it was just like really corny or like didn't fit in with the storyline. Like like when they do like a little cutscene and then it's just like something happened and it's just like, how does that fit in right now?
Oh yeah,
There was none of that.
0.
Like everything led up to that final action scene that happened, and it was just like,
great. Probably
this
my favorite episode so
I
far
was
this
gonna say
season.
this season, this is my favorite episode. Probably
Episode
of the
1 was
whole-
great.
Probably of the whole show, this is my favorite
Episode, yeah.
As somebody who's never seen
That or the Bill Burr
a
one.
Star Wars movie, just because like I got a lot of information from this shit, and it was just like it brought this show together because like now he's not the child. There's a name. It brought more life to his character
Mm-hmm.
because it's not a thing anymore.
Yes.
It's literally a thing with a name that
He's
Mando has to
he's
he
a
has to
person.
adjust to this child's name instead of calling him the child.
Now he'll be able to actually
Hey,
like
kid.
raise him.
Hey kid.
Yeah.
Because you
It
saw
sounds dumb
like,
rude.
the first time he called his name, he turned around right away. His ears perked up like a dog. And,
Yeah.
So he was just like, you know my name?
Facts.
So,
I love it. I can't wait to get more next week. Keeping it going though, we see the pact is made. They're going to take on the village or whatever. But my favorite part, and there's just, I think what it is with this series, I was missing the vocab word for it. There's just so much lore, I think is what people call it. It's just like, there's a lot to like just storyline information from top to bottom, where it's like the people who know everything about Star Wars to the moderates to the in the middles to not so much to new.
nothing at all. Yeah.
It's you're gonna be able to get in and see so much, and then when you watch other shit, you're gonna be like, hey, because I'm doing that too.
Yeah.
I thought it was incredibly dope though how he goes, a Jedi and a Mandalorian. They'll never see it coming because you hear back in the armory room with the armory shorty, she says like, the ancient tales like tell of a war between Mandalore the Great and the Jedi. So like it's so, and you get that too because they said that to you already. Right. So perfectly planned. And I will say, I don't know if you call it this, but we got I got a total 13 Assassins vibe going into the village, like the battle scene.
Defending the whole village.
Oh, it was so crazy. The only thing that was obviously different is that there's villagers in the village, because in 13 Assassins, obviously, it's more of like, we're freeing Japan, not this village. So that village was vacated. This one, it's like, we have to free these people.
These people that are inside that house right there.
But then we see the bell get sliced. That was that total massacre moment, the no, let me stop scroll moment. So dope. And I didn't think I was gonna watch another like film that resembled like a 13 Assassins this quickly, because I watched it like last year.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, this is
No,
fire.
that whole the whole fight scene in the village was fire because first you saw all the villagers outside like just doing the random shit like
The village of
getting
activities.
tortured by the people that are trying to get shit from them or whatever. And then they like one of the guys like the older guy like he sees Mando and like he just makes a face and then Mando like go inside,
Facts.
go inside.
Facts. But I love well, we already talked about how she was just staring down everybody and then she walks towards them and throws the plate.
Yeah.
So it's just like to everybody there and to the queen, Mando's dead. So it's not like, oh, he betrayed me now. It's like it's just us. So it's us and her.
Yeah.
And then she can play the game of cat and mouse again, take everybody on the run. And I don't know if you peeped, the two like droids are those what's it called from that locker room scene last episode. Those are the
Oh
dark
shit.
troopers. I think they're called. They're the dark troopers or something else. Let me stop. I'm pretty sure they're dark troopers though. I didn't know they were droids. That kind of makes them way more like cold. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
killing machines, literally.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, there's no like I'm gonna turn you. You know what I mean? It's like I gotta kill you now,
Yeah.
or I gotta destroy you, essentially. And I loved it because they had a lot of like Disney is notorious since they took over Star Wars for having lightsaber scenes where like it's cheesy, like kid, like I can't stab him, I can't slice him in half, I can't even deflect the bullet into him. You know what I mean? Like they did that and they made it very subtle, but they gave you the with the bell slice, like she chopped that dude in half, yo.
And it was cool
Ooh,
how,
so
like,
great.
and they didn't just like do the chop scene and then like like the normal shit you see the body just fall off. Like no, like the camera turned, you saw the droid take another step
Yeah,
and then it turned and then it fell. So it was just like they didn't do anything like any regular
film
filmmaker
cuts,
would.
editing. It's I
Cause
would say this is the first.
because it brings more suspense to the scene because like it changes the angle and it's just like wait, is that the same one?
And it doesn't take away from the action
Right.
for an adult,
you could
especially.
because you could still see everything in the background, so it's just like the quick angle change instead of having both of them in the foreground. It's just like no, we need to like the depth of field in certain scenes is more important in action than just a random like talking scene.
And for some of you young filmmakers, we talked about this the other day when we were shooting a video. The 5 angle theory, essentially, they use that the entire time
Yeah.
throughout the action, where it's just we're gonna get multiple angles of the same 5 angles of the same shot, and we're gonna cut during the action, so it
Yeah.
shifts your suspense. It gets essentially it makes you feel like you're moving inside because your blood gets to rush.
All right.
So it's if you're making films out there, that's something you're gonna want to think about when you shoot. 5 cameras is a lot to have, but when you have it, it's nice. We don't have 5. We were close though that other day. What did we have, like 3 or 4
What
angles?
is that for?
That was pretty cool. Getting back into it, we get to I thought it was so fire how like obviously the Mandalorian has been compared to like a western, and obviously the Jedi are the space samurai. So I thought it was incredibly dope that at the same time
Yeah.
we have a western standoff and like a samurai battle, which was really like it brought me to that final battle in the not the final battle, the second to last battle in the 13 Assassins where Hanbai and Shinza are they have like an incredible duel.
Yeah.
It was awesome, and that was just as good. The spear was fucking sick to watch in action.
Yeah, and I'm glad Mendo got that too, because you feel me, the whole fit, it goes with his fit, and she said a Mandalorian deserves to have it, so.
I thought that was incredibly dope. That's such an Ahsoka thing to do, where it's like I'm gonna put things where they belong,
Yeah.
and
She has a master mindset, like.
and Mando though sticking to his principle of well, I didn't get the job done, so I don't deserve it. But he gets the you know what? Yeah, my culture is in like shambles right now.
Yeah, I need to take anything I can.
You're right. and he's always talking about the foundlings. So he needs to protect his foundling. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So incredibly dope, like character building there. And in that fight scene, though, I expected Ahsoka just to overpower. She disarmed her, threw
Yeah.
one lightsaber right into the water. I was like,
Yeah,
damn,
that was crazy.
that was so crazy. But
But
then,
then you could see her instant, like you could see how well developed she is and how well trained she is, cause like
oh yeah,
she dropped it. All right, now I gotta switch.
oh,
Then she
that was a
switched the
throwback
stance.
though to
She
her
switched the
original
stance.
stance
She switched
from
the
Clone
stance
Wars.
with her single sword. See, that's I didn't even know.
She had two, and she used to go regular, and she just had a short blade. She had a like a regular lightsaber and then a shorter one, and she would fight like this normally. And then she went to duel. She had one for a little while. Then she went back to the duel, and she would switch a little bit, and she switched again. Oh, just
So fire.
mastery at its finest. You really
And
get to see
I
it.
fucked with it because like, if it was like a different episode and like a fight battle, like they would have like just chopped their head off.
Definitely.
But you just like threatening and just like
She wants
she
the
wanted,
answer.
yeah,
she needs to find Ezra at
right.
least.
She put the pressure on
And
her
she wants
get
to
it.
know where Thrawn is.
Yeah.
Because she felt like that was her responsibility. I don't.
Yeah. So that was,
I don't know why. Actually, that would be a great question to answer in her show. But yeah, I thought that was dope.
that was a fire scene.
And I love how after she hits like that flip, she disarms her
Yeah.
too. I was like, there you go. That's
Right.
your old master's tricks too. There you go. Use that
Right.
training. Use that training. And the whole time though, I thought what was incredibly dope throughout the entire action scene was the use of some scenes just based on like the sound. So in the cat and mouse part, they had just the shot of actually, I guess he was like the lieutenant or the sergeant or whatever.
Yeah.
He was like shaking boots, and I expected her to be right behind him, like Mando, Bill Burr. But you hear, we're back. I gotta take that one on the head. I'm a moron. I forgot to actually just plug in the wire to charge the GoPro. We're good though. We didn't have to cut any time. We lost like about 2 minutes. Picking up from where I was at, I was saying that they had like the sergeant was just shaking his boots, and then you hear her just tearing down like the two other guys, or I think, oh no, she took down the two other guys because she slices that other droid in half, which leaves the one for Mando to finish at the end.
Yeah.
But I love also during the like Western style duel of Mando, they're listening the whole time to their duel inside, and what's his name is like, you think you're gonna win? Like,
Yeah.
could be.
And then like when you hear the final sword, like the
Oh,
shit
he
hit the
knows.
ground, he goes, "Sounds like you won." And then like he just like goes to drop his gun, and then Mando's like loosening up his fingers a little bit. But
Oh, you
not
hear the leather
really
going
at
the whole
all.
time.
And he's just like he like undoes the flip though, so it's ready. And then like dude puts his gun down, tries to reach back, and Mando just too
Boom.
quick.
Villager comes out.
Mando always hits the little quick.
He's a Mandalorian. That's what they do. That's what they do.
He's too quick.
They're trained. They're definitely.
Nah, I did like that part because that shows how like accurate his aim is. Behind you.
Like,
He turned around like
didn't even take a glance.
Nope.
Granted, he has like a whole bunch of technology, so he probably could have just looked, and it was probably just glowing. You know what I mean, or
Right.
some shit.
Iron
But
Man
like,
type shit, but
still, that's pretty impressive. Like
Yeah.
that, he had the drop on you. He had the high ground, and the drop on you.
he's an idiot for not pulling the trigger right when he saw you.
Or just showing up a little quicker, moron. You were on those rooftops for a minute, bro.
Yeah, dead ass.
Oh, come on.
Oh no,
The Dark Troopers not having a strong start here.
not too smart. Not too smart.
They are droids. They are droids at the end of the day. They are programmed just to do one thing. Granted, we see the village celebrate, whatever. We assume Ahsoka gets her Thrawn answer. We don't know what happens to the magistrate Morgan Espra. I forgot her last name. I don't think it's a name I should know for Star Wars. I don't think I've ever heard it before. Besides that, did you think when Mando was saying goodbye, did you think that was it
For her,
for their little like relationship?
no, because he didn't say anything back to her.
Besides, like, I'll just go get him,
Yeah,
essentially.
because she said, "May the force be with you," and he just nodded and turned around.
No, I'm talking about when like they just freed the village, like everybody's
Oh,
celebrating,
okay, okay.
and she's like, she gives him the spear, and then he's like, I'll go get him.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Then he's like, all right, little guy, like I guess it's time to say goodbye, and he's like holding him for like one
No,
last time.
I didn't think because the training, the way the whole training went down,
Yeah,
I would like, I was just like, nah, Mando and this kid are still linked together. Even because like when she was saying it was a bad idea for him to be the master or to train him, he was not taking that. I don't
he
care.
he did drop a fire ass line in during I think it was the training scene or right before when like the meditation type scene when she's communicating with him. She says something about like it may be difficult to, like I'll see whether or not I can train him or whatnot. And then he goes, like the Empire is still after him or whatever. Like he needs it pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, actually I have it written down. I don't know what Ahsoka says, but he says 1 second. Oh shit, one more. I got so many notes on this one. So did she says that the Jedi Order has been like pretty much extinguished, and then he says so has the Empire, yet they still
They
hunt
still
him.
hunt him. Yeah.
So that was a bar of a
Yeah.
line. Um, but then yeah, at the end, I thought like no doubt like he's doing whatever it takes for this kid to know what he needs because Mando realized that he's not gonna be around for 900 years. Like this kid is 50.
Yeah.
He's may not even see him till he's 100. Like
No.
he's got to get what he needs now, like ASAP.
Right. That's why I don't think that their little story is ending yet because he's gonna need our help soon because his life expectancy isn't as long, so he's gonna need as much help as he can from everybody that he knows is helpful. You know what I mean? Because like he knows he could trust all the females that he's run into. Well, not all of them, most of them.
Most of them.
Most of the females that he's run into, he
He has
knows.
Cara and Grief for sure.
Right. And then the
Village Shawty.
the hangar lady.
Oh
that
yeah, I
fixes
forgot
the
about
ship.
her.
So there's a lot of people that he can go back and just get little things from.
Rip Quill.
Yeah, frog lady and shit.
Oh, they're still alive. They're still alive.
Um,
Oh, one more thing I might add real quick. He's Gorgo's gone the entire season almost untouched by Imperial or anybody looking for him. You think it's like soon it's got to be like, hey,
it probably happened next
hand him
episode.
over. That's what I was thinking. I was surprised that, well, originally when I was saying that they were going to say goodbye, I thought they were going to do it. And then maybe like next episode, it was going to be like, I kind of need him back. And it's like, here, like take him back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't train him. You know what I mean? But like they kind of did that already, which was dope. Like I said, have her in, get her out, like in and out quick. Don't fuck around with her too long. Don't kill her. Don't do anything stupid. You already killed her once, kind of. Anyways, anyways, she sends Mando to the planet Tython, which is actually, I did research on this one. It's like a planet from what's like considered like legends. It's like non-canon content or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So like that's like the more lore shit that I was saying. It's like a Star Wars head would know that. Like I had to research that to know that. Probably put myself on like the high moderate scale. You feel me? One down from that. Just being honest. But I love how Ahsoka is sending him to like a temple where it's like, okay, like this is a remote temple. You're gonna put him up on like this like pretty much like a meditation, like seeing stone, which I assume will either maybe like bring you into that like void world where Ahsoka gets saved, and or like we get some sort of clue, whether it's a sound, a shot, or something where Mando won't know and maybe Grogu won't know, but like it'll be like a I'm trying to think in like Avatar where Aang was like, or like they'll be like, oh, I know them or whatever, because it's like the past Avatar lives. but now it's like I've seen the Force vision. Like I know what I'm looking for. I don't know where. I don't know who. Like I don't know even know what to do right now. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's like an overwhelming sort of thing for the kid.
Yeah.
And I think that uh, shit. I don't even. I don't really know. She's essentially saying that she's just putting like her faith in like his fate in her faith in the Force, which
Yeah.
that's literally just like stick to your faith, stick to your
Yeah.
principles. You know what I mean? Like be with your God. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's all. Like that's all. Like a lot of people say, like when they explain like the Force and Star Wars stuff,
Ah, what the fuck?
that it
Oh, you good? You good?
that it represents like culture and like religion and a bunch of different things tied into one. So like they show a lot of those things just in the last few cutscenes and episode in this episode. So I definitely do fuck with how that she's just like he has to go make that decision for himself, even though yeah you're gonna need to train him, but it's gonna get to a point where he's gonna have to make one decision
You
for
think he's
himself
gonna get
that'll
the? You
change.
think he's going to do his training? The child will be like, I'm gonna need it because you're not gonna be around forever,
Yeah.
type shit. Okay. And one question I had was, well, maybe next episode, or I hope next episode is not a fucking side episode. Don't give me bullshit. All right. I'm gonna be very, very angry if it's a fucking another side episode.
Yeah.
I didn't mind last one because it was like, oh yeah, like familiar faces, but it's not like, oh shit, it's a new character to you, like an Ahsoka. Where it's like familiar faces to everybody. You know, we're re-upping on Navarro. We're seeing what's good. You know what I mean? That was great. Now I don't. I wouldn't mind going back to Navarro and being like, hey, like, can you come with me? Like, I have no
Yeah.
idea what the fuck is going on. You know what I
Right.
mean? I could see that happening, but I don't want some total side episode. There's really no reason for it,
No.
right?
At this
Ship's
point,
fine.
yeah, and it just based off of the season one where there's 8 episodes. If they're gonna do another eight,
8.
they have 3 left. They can't fuck around.
Yeah, the last 2 was a cliffhanger, same type of day, like same,
Yeah.
essentially one big episode just split into 2.
So yeah, I think
So next episode's either a setup episode, a big setup episode, or just a big episode. You think?
I think it'll be.
The last 6 was, if it is to mirror like season 1, like how it has been. Last time they went to Quill, they found IG and his. We learned about his arc. Did we? Ooh, you know who we're gonna meet? We're gonna go back probably to the hangar lady. Cobb is coming back. He hit him with a line to come back. I hope our paths cross. You know what I mean?
Then do you think Boba Fett is gonna be the battle at the end of the episode if he goes back to link up with Cobb, since Cobb had Boba Fett's
Ooh,
suit and
for the
shit,
end of the episode.
and he was
Oh, as of right now, Mando has that suit.
so
There's no shot he let that go.
no.
Oh man, I don't see Boba Fett being the villain yet. I do see him starting, like we start to see more scenes of maybe him tracking them, and just Boba Fett's like he does his homework. He's
Right.
not afraid to sit on you for like 2 years, probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's gonna wait until he can get you and your full bounty, because he understands there's a bounty out on him. He's connected to the Emperor for sure, whether or not he knows he's alive or not.
Yeah.
The contingency plans, all that. Boba Fett's got to be in one. Whether he died or not in 6, he's got to be somewhere. Like, find this dude, whether he's alive or not. You know what I
He
mean?
didn't die in 6. We saw that
Right.
silhouette, and who else would it be if at that one episode where we see his armor,
Yeah.
and there happens to be a guy standing there at the end of the episode just looking through.
Who's played by Jango Fett. So that, and then this obviously was just leaving us. Where is Ahsoka's next move? But one thing I did want to say, I don't know if I said this yet. Do you think this is a big Star Wars question? Do you think that the person on, like, that Grogu's trying to connect with is a Luke Skywalker? that would be like gigantically big. You know what I mean? It's 6 years after the Empire, and we know that Luke, after he defeats the Empire, is rebuilding the Jedi Order.
So yeah, 100%. Uh, you should have.
But
You should have. Yeah.
I have another one because it could be anybody, right? Essentially,
Right.
based off Ahsoka saying
Yeah.
Cal Kestis, he was the guy from Shameless, the redheaded dude. Um, he was the main
Gay
character
Jesus.
in the video game Fallen Order, the Jedi Fallen Order that I
Yeah.
played. You definitely seen me play
Yeah.
it. OD. Now he was similar to like a Baby Yoda character, where it's like, okay, we have like someone who was in the temple during the Clone Wars, Order 66, the Jedi getting destroyed. He literally watches his master die. Um, and he's about like 14 at the time, maybe a little younger, like 13, 12, like a tween probably.
Right.
Um, tween, early teen. Uh, it's such a weird word. Let me stop.
It is what it is.
um, then we see him. We pick up at the start of Fallen Order, and we see him that he hasn't been in tap with the Force at all for years. Like he's pretty much has to relearn it because, like Ahsoka said, like just let his stuff, like let it fade.
Yeah.
His were fading to a point, but he's able to, reconnect. Um, I think that could be somebody who is available, probably wants to be in some sort of Star Wars media,
Right.
isn't a huge like side character, so it wouldn't be like you're bringing Luke Skywalker in. Like for me as a Star Wars fan, I could get on board with Cal Kestis being the guy to like I guess
Yeah.
train this Baby Yoda, but you'd have to find Cal Kestis. And I don't even know where this dude is at. You know what I mean? At the end of fucking Fallen Order, he destroys the list of names. He has a list of Force sensitive children.
Oh,
And he destroys it in hopes that nobody like the Sith are looking for it now because it's destroyed. And now he says he does what Ahsoka does. He says those children's fate are in the hands of the Force now. It's
Yeah.
in my face with the faith with the Force.
So maybe when they get to that little mountain peak and they're doing the little thing, like you said, like there's
Maybe some red hair.
Some people, no, like you said, like there's some people that have strong enough use of the Force where they could communicate or listen to the other side of the galaxy. So maybe one of those guys is just a little close to them, and then they just happen to feel something, and then they just put themselves in a certain like mood where they could like be fully in tune with the Force, and then
Mhm.
they hear something, and then like they like track it down. Maybe it'll go that way instead of like him trying to find somebody else. Maybe like somebody else accidentally coming across them, like
Right.
crossing their
Okay.
path as they're trying to do something else. It's just like, oh wait, what's that? Oh wait, I could probably help you
Facts.
in a way.
I definitely see that. And now to complete my whole theory was that Fallen Order 2 is confirmed. And now everybody's like, well, what the fuck are you gonna do with a Fallen Order 2? He kind of already defeated that one Inquisitor, and well, two Inquisitor, three, maybe he defeated a couple Inquisitors. I'm gonna have to play that game for the channel for sure. Um, anyways, they like I'm thinking right now, based off of what I just put together, maybe he's gonna be a master in two, and we're gonna have to train the little Gorgu. You feel me?
Facts.
That could be dope.
Facts.
That would be dope on like a whole like media and like universe perspective, where it's like now it's not just movies, TV shows. It's like, yo, you could play a video game and get storyline because you do, but like now this is like storyline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that'd be incredibly dope, just as like a business move almost.
Yeah,
On like a whole like Star Wars as the brand as a whole. You know what I mean?
that will be pretty fire. A lot of series or shows or brands should start doing that. Like people that have like a such strong fan base in a show or a movie that could literally like use the help from a video game they probably should like
Avatar.
yeah.
Come on, just give us another series.
Yeah, or give us the video game. Come on.
Come on, just it's not an Avatar video, but we love it. We love it, and you know, we had to bring it up because of Filoni. So whatever, you know, we want great content from everything. We don't give a fuck if it's childhood shit. We're gonna watch it.
Facts.
I think if there's anything about like our age group, we gonna watch everything we ever watched.
Facts.
If there's new shit, and it looks entertaining.
Seriously.
Has to look entertaining because I haven't watched a single goddamn new SpongeBob episode, but I have since I have Amazon Prime. I'll go back and watch the classics. The Krusty Krab pizza one I've definitely watched. Good film is classic. The Mandalorian is shaping up very classic so far.
Yeah. Especially season 2.
Season 2 has like it's wrapping it into the Star Wars universe more. It's giving it
Right.
like
I think that's what this episode really did.
definitely.
It like really like solidified.
Wow,
its
you're
spot.
saying that you haven't even seen anything else.
But it really solidified its spot because like
It got
'cause-
you interested in more.
because like just saying it like this, it being a show that anybody that hasn't watched Star Wars, how much could it really be like deep in the universe if I could pick up on all the shit right away? But now it's just like, yo, I have to go watch everything.
Yeah.
Now it's so far deep and tied into
You definitely gonna
everything.
have to watch
that-
Clone Wars
That's what I'm
to
saying.
learn Ahsoka.
Because now, like, this episode, like I just said, it really sunk it deep into the universe where you have to reach for everything to pick up on the little details that you're trying to find in this shit.
So many little details. There was this little fox, like cat looking thing during one of the fight scenes. It's during the Cat and Mouse where Ahsoka's just toying with everybody.
Yeah.
And it like runs away. Ezra sees that during Rebels. Like there's from the tiniest shit to like the biggest shit. Like this, you're gonna see everything.
Right.
So like we saw in it was season 1 where we see like that little Jabba the Hutt pet thing in the cage and it's getting roasted and shit. Like that's hilarious. Like I love seeing shit like that. And the series is great. I can't wait for the next episode. You have any theories for next episode or just theories in general for this series?
Honestly, I'm gonna hold my theories till next time because the last 2 times I put out a theory, it just like spun the opposite way. So I'm gonna try to maybe I'll rewatch this one again right before I watch the next episode to give my little like, all right, maybe this will happen, but I don't have any solid stuff to like I would put out there. What about you though? I know you definitely have.
Besides I said the mole
yeah.
theory. I said my possible running into Luke, and I mean I said my hopes for next episode, but realistically next episode, yeah, I do think we're gonna see Cobb Vanth. I have a strong feeling that is where we'll end up. I believe we'll be drawn back to Tatooine probably because that's where he is. So the only thing is, what's the motive or the reason to go there? Or well, we're gonna have to go to what's it called, aren't we? Shit, Tython.
Yep.
Where is Tython? I guess is the question. So
That's why we're about to go back to find the people he knows to get more resources. See if they have any info. If they know anybody that's been anywhere.
I don't even know anything
Because
about that planet.
last time he went there, he did find information and he did find what he needed. So maybe that's his go-to spot.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We'll definitely see. I'm very excited.
Because even if they do it like they did in one of the last episodes, where it was just real quick. It was like one of the first intro scenes, and it was 5 minutes, and then we're off to the rest of the episode. So
Hell yeah.
definitely could be that.
Definitely. I would love that. Oh, I loved how actually at the start of this episode it didn't have the normal like intro. It said like Star Wars. I was like, this is something's happening
That's what
here.
I'm saying now it's really a part of the Star Wars universe.
Definitely. I'm loving it. We're eating it up. If you enjoyed this video, be
Yes.
sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're doing that hamper box giveaway at 100 subs. We're sticking to our word. We're getting so close. Crush that subscribe button.
Patience.
Tell us what you think about this series. Tell us your theories, what you think of ours, what you
Yes.
thought of this chapter, what you think of what's gonna happen in the next chapter, if you even like this series or not. I mean, I don't even know why you're watching this far if you don't like the series. If you did make it this far, be sure to comment Sunny Bunny.
Yes, Sunny Bunny. The other way to win the hamper box.
Definitely.
If you're watching this, just comment that and it's yours.
For
Sunny
sure.
Bunny. Sunny Bunny.
Follow us. Links in the description for all social media platforms in the Flow page. Instagram, Twitter. We also have Twitch. It's not a social media, but we're going to be live streaming over there very soon. Let us know what games you want to play. All of that. Anything else?
No, that should be all for this time. Until next time. Stay up.
Stay safe, balanced, prosper.
Peace out.